Hello, it's the Abstractionist. I'm here with I guess a quick video. So if you haven't been watching, I'm doing tarot mas. I was supposed to, which is a kind of a rip off of Vlogmas. So I was gonna do a video, not every day, because I have multiple channels and I wanted to make content for each of these channels. But maybe out of the 25 days, maybe 10 or so. So I wanted to do that and I just didn't start, and now it's the 11th and it's just well, you can only do maybe a few more before Christmas, and then there's that. I might do some up until 2024 and then go from there. I'm out of school. And sorry, so my friend sent me a message. But I'm out of school now. I have to work on my portfolio for my MFA program for writing. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do short little videos for you guys. I basically have to turn it in Wednesday, so there's that. But I wanted to talk about following your natal chart and specific points and things like that, and making sure that you're making decisions, or decisions essentially regarding certain things based off it. So you guys know that I posted a Sag new moon video, and I posted it on the wrong date, thinking that it was gonna be around when I posted it. And I was oh, I forgot. I saw online, it was Gemini, and I was oh, I forgot the full moons. Yes, the new moons tend to wrap up the sign, and the full moons are the ones that come before. And so I forgot to do it, and I was made the short I'm gonna do the Gemini full moon video, and I didn't. And I know people probably who wanted to look at that video are probably disappointed and just this bitch, she never does what she says. She never follows through. And I have a good explanation for it. The reason why is that I don't like to do any work around Gemini full moon. So in Sagittarius season, Gemini is a full moon, right? When the moon's in Gemini, it's a full moon. I don't like to do any work around that time for that week or so, because my South Node is in Gemini. And so the reason why I stopped just doing stuff in general was because last year I tried to do some ritual type thing, and it got real heavy, real fast, real deep, real dark. And it was just kind of playing out my edible experience, which was a profound experience, but it was one that brought up a lot of trauma and wounds. And after that, I no longer wanted to, and I felt it was other timelines leaking in, almost like mediumship. And I just felt I did not want to do that. So for that reason, I decided not to do the Gemini full moon reading. But I wanted to make a video about it's very important to know different aspects in your chart, because just because people are doing something doesn't mean that it's going to work out for you, or energetically that you're aligned with it. You may be energetically aligned with it, but when you're not, take heed and proceed forward. So for me, I realize I have a lot of energy South Node. Now my sun is, I'm on the cusp of Gemini as far as my sun. So my sun is pretty close to my South Node to begin with. So, there's that. But as far as any spiritual ritual work, I really decided after last year that I won't be doing any of that. I don't even like working in Capricorn season because my sun is in Cancer. When the sun's in Capricorn, I also don't really like doing the work. My North Node is in Sagittarius season, and that's why Sagittarius season to me feels a little bit better energetically, because my north node is there, and I feel a little bit more comfortable working with it. When the sun goes into Capricorn, it feels very energetically heavy. We're also in winter now, officially, and I kind of just feel like I don't like doing stuff. I don't like doing a lot of energy work. I feel like people talk about Samhain, Halloween, October 31st, end of October, Scorpio season, as being an energetic portal for like the veil and the veil being thin. I find Capricorn season particularly to be that, and maybe it's also I'm a Neptune and Uranus conjunct Capricorn generation. I don't feel safe energetically in Cap season. I personally feel like the energy is just like so heavy and so just, it's just not energy that I want to fuck with. So for that reason, I tend to not do a lot of stuff. I mean, I have an altar and stuff like that, and I'll change it up and I'll like meditate and stuff like that. But as far as like rituals or trying to do, well, first of all, I don't try to do spells anyway. But as far as all that stuff, I personally I stay away from it. Because I just know that there's like serious repercussions and stuff like that. I also just talk to my ancestors, and it's just like, I don't really need to be doing a whole lot of shit. I have a deck in my hand. I'm not going to read for you guys. I like touching my decks, right? I like touching them, going through like this. So knowing in your chart things about like your south node, your north node, maybe your Jupiter, like knowing more things than your sun sign really helped, because I mean, I had to have the actual experience of trying to do something around that time to learn what not to do. But now, if I look at my chart, it's a clear indicator. South node, maybe stay away from it, okay? Because I noticed also that after my birthday, I think I've said this before, after my birthday, the energy flips. Like, it's just, I have a bounty of energy and opportunities, and then like things dwindle away like in the second half of the year. So I just be like, around Gemini season, I know I'm about to wrap this shit up, and the next 6 months is just me reaping what I put in the previous 6 months, and that's how I go. So my new year, also going with my chart, starts around Sagittarius season, because that's where my north node is. So for me, where my north node is where I naturally start my new year. So I don't, January 1st, Capricorn season, I don't start there. I start in Sag season. So look at your chart. Look at where your south node is, your north node. Look at, if you track yourself with the moon, what moons do you feel strongest in? What moons do you feel weakest in? For me, like I said, it's the Gemini full moon. I don't do nothing, right? Gemini full moon, I do nothing. Leo moons, I can kind of feel it. Cancer moons, I'm really emotional. Pisces moons, pretty emotional. Like, I know I can kind of figure out what's going on. But look into your chart, particularly your north and south nodes. I wouldn't advise, if you do any spell work, to do anything around that time. And look at when your energetic year ends, when it ends and begins, and start working with that as opposed to the dates that society kind of sets, because the dates that society sets serve that overall purpose that they made it for. But when you're starting to get in tune with what you were doing, knowing your sort of calendar helps a lot. And I especially, like I said, the north and south nodes would be good. Maybe your Jupiter for bounty, stuff like that. But understanding these ebbs and flows for your personal life will help you. And that, guys, is why I did not post a Gemini full moon reading, because I energetically stay away from it for like at least a week on either end. So whenever it's about to come up, Now the Gemini new moon, I feel like it's pretty okay. But it's something about that new moon, even around then, I'm not going to do anything. But it's something about that full moon energy that I just done before, didn't have good results. I'm not daring to attempt it again. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. This is Tarot Mas Day 4. And going forward, I will have more content that's not related to the Oracle deck. Most likely it'll be related to other stuff that I'm doing and talking about as far as tarot and astrology goes. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Take care.